What's going on, guys? Bro, I'm back with another unboxing. Today we have a special unboxing, I want to say. Crazy one at most. It's one of the most anticipated releases to come out this year. If you guys can tell by the box already, you guys have probably seen these on Instagram being backdoored or Twitter, wherever. But yeah, if you guys can't tell already, this is the Lost and Found Chicago Jordan 1. Right here, we have all the Chicagos from 85 to Virgil's most recent one. So people said that these were going to have that 85 cut or the 94 cut. A lot of people don't like that stiff leather. They don't like that cut. Whenever we get them in the store, it's just not one of our hottest sellers. Maybe like the Georgetowns are, but like for the most part, a lot of people do not like that cut. When the rumor came out, I got super excited because the Chicago Jordan 1 has been like one of my biggest grails ever since I got into sneakers. I kind of held myself not buying them before the Last Dance, one because I didn't have the money for it. I just didn't, at the time, didn't think that they were gonna go too crazy on the market. And then long behold, COVID happens, the Last Dance happens, and breads are going up, all the J's are going up, and these are just up there. Before you know it, cooked pairs are going for about a band. Lesser cooked pairs are going for 2 bands. And at that point, I was just like, you know what? I might as well just wait till like my birthday or wait till they re-release. A couple months later, we get news that they were re-releasing. That brings us here today. A really good client of ours dropped these off recently. Just wanted us to make a little video about them, just an early look for you guys who are just as curious as me out there, just to get into it, see the details, see if it's worth copying. Right off bat, we have this quote-unquote aged box. The top is orange. Second half of the box is that regular red and black. On the size tag, it says Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Varsity Red Black Sale Muslin USA 12. Upon opening the lid, we have just a regular lid, nothing on the back. After we take the lid off, we are represented with this ticket.
So it's basically like the receipt. So the Lost and Found is basically trying to symbolize like back in the day, you walk into a store and you see these cool sneakers, no hype around it like it is right now. So like, for example, in 2022, if Chicago drops, everyone's gonna run to the mall, they're gonna try to get a pair, you know, all that stuff. Back in the day, it wasn't necessarily like that. It was one of those things where like you saw something just in like a regular mom and pop shop, cool sneakers, someone bought them. So that's like the sole purpose of like it being like the Lost and Found, and stuff like that. And you see how like within the paper and the box and anything like that, they trying to show homage to the original pairs and the time period just by looking at the age box. Like the age box is basically supposed to be like this. Like you see how like the 94 box is just like, you know, got scratches and stuff like that. That's basically why. And then you see how it says like 79.99. That's basically
it's supposed to be represented.
Yeah, so that's basically what it is. It's just trying to pay homage to the older pairs.
As we get more deeper into the box, we're greeted with this newspaper right here, like a couple Jordan 1 ads, which is pretty sick. The Nike Jordan has landed, and just a bunch of like cutouts from like newspapers put into one paper, which is pretty sick. And then as we keep unwrapping it, we are presented with the Cue the Heavenly Music, the Lost and Found Jordan 1 Chicago. The first thing that caught my eye was definitely like the worn scratchiness on the back of this top like ankle area of the shoe. It's supposed to give off that like aged worn look, which is kind of cool, I guess. That's like the big thing right now, just having like that worn look, that aged look. And then on the tongue is also like a little more like aged as well. It's a little more like that sail colorway, not like that like pure white like on this one. As well as the midsole. Once we get to the toe box, it also gives off like that little aged look. I'll have a closer look for you guys during the B-roll, but it's supposed to like give off that age look, basically that worn look that these have been through a lot. And then the bottom as well is reminiscent to the 94 bottom, where it's like aged, gives out the like a little more white on the bottom. I will say the leather, it's not as buttery as like a 2015 or as like any of these other models right here. It comes with the white and black laces, and overall, I mean, like the sneaker itself, just crazy to see like a newer iteration. They put all these like newer materials on it. It's like not as the same. Nowadays they kind of rush making sneakers. The quality isn't there, the overall build isn't there. A lot of people who own like the newer Dunks and the newer Jordan 1s nowadays, they're not as satisfied with the quality because it's not as nice as it used to be. The quality on these isn't the best, but you know, you get what you get. I'm just overall excited that these are coming out, just because I've always wanted a pair of these. I kind of missed out on an opportunity because at the time, like I said, I didn't have the money for it, or I just didn't have the determination to get them because there are other shoes I wanted to get before these. Now that you kind of like experience a little bit of everything, you kind of want to have one of these in your collection. So I hope everyone out there is like able to get a pair. They say that there's like about 500k in stock. I don't know how true that is. Maybe it is true because of the amount of backdooring going on, but it's good for people like me who like have been looking for this sneaker for a while. People who appreciate this sneaker, I feel like will appreciate whatever Jordan Brand comes out with, so long as it looks like a Chicago one. I feel like this is a pretty good sneaker in my opinion.
For me, I just feel like it is a Chicago. At the same time, I feel like it's not a Chicago because they're calling it like the lost and found. I feel like when you give a name to something, to a shoe, you're kind of like taking away from what it really means. That's just my personal opinion about it. No matter what I say about this sneaker, like I still will definitely grab it one, maybe two, maybe three. Just off because like I want to beat a pair. Burn touch on it, like how this shoe, like the bottom is a 94. It has a 94 bottom. The shoe is like a combination of an 85 and a 94. The crackling on the top is reminiscent to me of the 85. It's kind of hard to tell right here when you look at the bottom of a 94. The color, I'm not really crazy about the color, and I said this to Berwin off camera that it feels like it has this weird coat of paint. It feels really weird. It's kind of hard to describe, but it doesn't feel like good quality leather. Like if you look at the 94s, I press my thumb right there, you can see the leather, you can see how nice smooth that is. Even with the 13s, it's like the leather is a little bit stiffer, but it is better leather. And of course with the 15s, you know, everyone drools over the 15 because of the leather. Comparing them all together or seeing them all together, that 94 to me is probably like the best one. The Lost and Found is definitely going to be a good shoe. It's definitely going to sell out. I feel like everyone and their mother's probably going to have that shoe as shoe of the year. Me personally, I more than likely won't. I don't even think there's a Jordan that makes my top 10 for shoes this year. That's just me personally, but it's definitely a great sneaker to have if you don't have a Chicago, if you don't want to spend the price on any one of these, because the prices are high. I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, sneakers get expensive. A lot of people don't got money to spend like a couple high hundreds, thousands for these two. Everyone know the off-whites go for already. And in 2015, you know, they had dropped the price a little bit. I have been seeing people selling them for around like 9 to 1,000 to 1,200. You know, they kind of been bouncing all over the place. I would predict that within like the next month they're gonna touch not the next month, the next week when they drop on the 19th, I think, or the 20th, that they will drop to like 400. I don't like the color though. Like I said, the color doesn't pop. It doesn't pop. Even having these and just looking at these, like the red is totally different. Like the red on this one to me is like, out of all the Chicago's, this is the one to me. This 94 is just like, it's the best one to me. Like the quality is there. It's still holding up 28 years. Even the 85 though, it is nice. The leather is a little bit different. This is not a good one to compare to because it's, you know, it's pretty chopped, but this is a nice one too. For me, this 94 like seals the deal. The 15 is always going to hold a special place in my heart. Like Berwin said, like it's one of those sneakers where like you got to have in your collection if you're, you know, a sneakerhead, if you've been around the game for a while. A Chicago is like one of those sneakers to me where you mean business. I don't care if you're wearing a 2013, 94, 85, 15 off-white. You know, you got a Chicago on, you know what that shoe means, you know what it meant. But Chicago to me is one of those shoes. It's ageless. It's just very reminiscent of like the 90s, and it's just, again, that shoe has traveled throughout time now, and the way it's aging, all of them, like they age perfectly, and you can't go wrong with any pairs here. For anyone out there who's looking to get a pair of the Lost and Found, I say just be patient. Don't just go and buy off anyone. There will be like tons of pairs. Burn hit on the nail already, how they said like people already backdooring them. Like this they've been backdooring this shoe since Atlanta Sneaker Con. So that's like, Atlanta Sneaker Con was like back in like March, April, whatever back then. We're in November now, so I really wish that they given it an age and older look. I feel like they should have gave it the original lacing to how they lace it all the way up, just like that. If you're just gonna go that far with like calling it Lost and Founds and aging it and doing all that with the box, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you should just went the entire way and lace it like the original way. Is it the best out of the 6? I'll probably say no. I'll probably say it's not the best. Will it get the job done? It'll definitely get the job done, but me personally, at the end of the day, I just know it won't be the same. It's not gonna be the same compared to these. I feel like this one is just totally different. Like even take out the off-whites because it's a collab. I just feel like that's totally different from those. And then a touchback on the Lost and Found. The wing logo isn't as flush as it is on like a 2013, a 2015. Even on the 94s, the wings logo isn't as flush. For some reason on the Lost and Founds, they made the wings logo like, what's the word for it?
Raised up.
Like yeah, they made the wings logo pop, which like I kind of don't like. They should have just kept it like just painted on, but that's like one thing that I kind of don't like about the shoe. And another thing is Jordan kind of doesn't like it either. It's just this like weird, wrinkly like texture that they're trying to do all over the shoe. It's not the most attractive thing on this sneaker. It goes all the way up to like the side panels as well. I guess one thing I do like about this sneaker though is like how the cut is made, because if you look at a 94, they're kind of like cut the same way, and the soles on the bottom has that like white effect like a 94 does. Evan, do you want to talk about these real quick?
I mean, I'll just say like a few things. Jordan was talking about the color, and now I'm really seeing that like in person. It's more of like a dark red. I don't even know how to explain it. Maybe they'll like lighten up as you like wear them. Maybe. These are fire, but in my opinion, it's like the guys were saying, it's a Chicago, but it's like not a Chicago in my opinion. Like it has the same qualities, but it doesn't have that same like, I don't know,
feel to it.
Yeah, the same feel. It doesn't have that same like specialness. I don't even know if that's a real word, but they're really cool, and I think this sneaker is gonna go crazy when it comes out, and everybody's gonna want them. The color is just like, I don't know, the color is actually like throwing me off now, and I kind of wanted like 2 pairs of them. Now maybe I just need 1 pair to just maybe beat up. Another thing is I've never had Chicago's. For me, like if I got this pair, this would be kind of like a placeholder until I could get something like, you know, one of these. But as far as quality goes, they're okay.
It's not the best, right?
It's definitely not, and I don't like this crackling that is on the toe box either. Maybe they'll wear in really well, like maybe they'll look really good like worn in. I'm maybe hoping that's like the savior for this shoe, but honestly now that I'm looking at them, this red is just really killing me. It's a weird red, not gonna lie to you.
I feel like they matted it out too much.
That's exactly what
it's not. It's like,
I think what Jordan said, like they painted over it. It looks like they like maybe it was a different color and then they changed the color. I'm not too sure, but the color is just very dark red. It's not like a Bulls Chicago, you know what I mean? Like a Chicago red. This is like, yeah.
This is like the perfect.
I mean, even these are like a little bit closer.
If you want a Chicago, this is a really good placeholder for one of these. So I'll probably assume the people out there probably placeholder for these, more than likely these. I just couldn't see myself getting those and being happy without having these. You know what I'm saying? I feel like these are making me appreciate these a lot more.
It definitely.
And I've been talking to different people, just hearing like different outlooks and stuff like that. On like, a lot of people think that the price is going to drive down on the Chicago 2015. Looking at that shoe, the people out there who really, because people like, they all want affordability. They want to, you know, I don't care, it's a Chicago, I'm spending $300-400 opposed to $1,000. I totally feel you on that. For all those people out there who still want that 2015, it's there. Trust me, it's definitely there. I will personally still go after that 2015 if you don't have one, because it's a big difference. I feel like the feel of it, the cut of it, everything is different. The shine to it is different. Like that red does not correlate to any of these right here.
At all.
I understand this is like smoke and stuff. It's still better than that red.
So what Jordan was talking about, this is right here is the 85. It does look smoke, but it is kind of look better than this, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If this was in better shape, people like me, Evan, who don't have Chicago's, are probably gonna just have to settle for this until we have the initiative to buy one of these, except this one, the 2013 pair that I thought about settling, but then I was like, I don't really like the leather, it's a little too stiff. I also don't like the Jumpman on the back. That kills it. Especially the Jumpman on the tongue. Don't even get me started with that. I guess to sum it all up, hopefully you get your pair out there. Hopefully resell isn't insane, because I've been keeping track of it every day. Like I'm really on these right now. The earliest I checked today was like around 10 a.m. and they were like at 497.5. So I want to say like second week of November, third week of November, they hit like 4.
I think 4 is, I think that's reasonable. I could see these flying at 4. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just know so many people don't have Chicago's. This is gonna be like a good shoe to try to get until you can get a possible, you know, a real Chicago.
Are you talking about the price?
Yeah. I was telling them like I've been tracking it today earlier. I think it was like at 497.5, and I want to say about like the second week, third week of November, it'll probably be at like 4. Post release, I want to say like at least 353. That's a stretch.
I think.
I don't think they touch 3. I don't think they touch 3.
I think
they touch 350, and I think they hover. I could be wrong, but I think they touch 350 and they hover around that 5 range, that 4 to 5, 450 to 5 range.
I could definitely see these going for like 4 though.
Now, for anyone out there that's watching right now, comment down below how much would these have to go for you to cop multiple pairs.
It's a good question.
Is it 3? Is it 250? Is it 2? Shit, 2. I'm copping at least 3 of these.
Yeah, really?
At 2?
At 2?
I feel like at 2 you can't go wrong. Even
like 230.
That red, it just pissed me off. That's the
I'm not gonna lie. That red really does kind of bother me now.
That red, it's like, again, it's like doesn't give it a Chicago feel. Like it feels half-assed.
It just sucks because because a lot of people have been waiting for this shoe for so long, and it's so hard because I feel like no matter what, they were gonna fuck up this shoe in some kind of way.
Yeah.
The color, which, you know, I think they did that wrong. The rest of the shoe is fine to me. Like, this toe box, I get it, like the cracked look. Me personally, I could go without it. Like the cracked look up here, it's cool, but the main thing for me that's just killing me now that I'm looking at these in person, because I really didn't look at them, is that color. Make sure you know what you're getting first.
The reason why we're making this video for you guys out there to watch before you buy, so you guys kind of know exactly what you're looking at, exactly what you're getting, from every little detail, from the receipt to the box. That being said, are these worth copying? Will you be getting multiple pairs? Is this sneaker of the year? Comment down below. See y'all later. Peace.
Sneaker year is crazy.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.